everyone, it's Ajadang. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel, and today is one of my favorite videos that I do every single year. It is my 2025 life goals video. At the end of every year for the past couple of years, I have been doing these goal videos, and not only do I know that you all like watching these videos because you enjoy kind of planning your next year with me, but I also like doing them because it holds me accountable and it actually helps me set realistic goals. If you want to see what my 2025 financial goals are, I'll go ahead and put that video up in the cards. But today is all about my life goals. What do I want to achieve personally, professionally? I feel like 2024 was a very mellow year. That's what I wanted for 2024, was my slow girl era, and now we're back because she's bored. So here are my goals for 2025. This is in the Master Plan Digital Planner. I'm actually pretty excited about them. I was writing this out last night and I was like, okay, that sounds like a good 2025 that kind of varies in what I want to achieve, the intensity of what I want to achieve, and all that stuff. So let's start with our 3-month goals. These are things that I want to accomplish in the first quarter of the year. Here's Mr. Levi in his hairpins. He looks so cute. Speaking of Levi, the first thing I want to do is get pet insurance. 2024 was actually the very first year in about 5-6 years that we have not had pet insurance, and it ended up being a very costly year for us, but it's okay. Basically, we had nationwide pet insurance. We had their whole pet wellness plan, which they got rid of, and we were able to keep it. We were grandfathered into that program until the end of 2023, where they completely priced us out. They basically increased our premium by like $4,000. Was it $4,000 or $7,000? It was something like that. So I'm like, F off. We're gonna cancel. And we did, and I just never ended up fully getting into another pet insurance because there's just nothing that I was looking at that I liked. But I think as the boys are getting older now, I at least want to have a pet insurance plan that covers kind of the worst of the worst case scenarios. Like, I don't need the coverage to cover like shots and dental and stuff like the nationwide that we used to have did. That's okay, we can cash flow that, I'm okay with that, but I want coverage that will protect the dogs if something just terrible happens, which hopefully, knock on wood, it doesn't, but I still just want that protection. So if you have any recommendations, remember my dogs are older, they're 8 and 9 now, so it might be a little bit more difficult to find that. And if I don't, like, we have an emergency fund for them, but just something I want to look into and potentially get. So if you have any recommendations for me, let me know in the comments. The next thing we're gonna do is finalize our European trip details. If you remember my 2025 goals, my friend is having a wedding in France, and we're also going to tie in hopefully a kind of mini honeymoon into that trip. So for our European trip, we want to save $15,000 by August, and my life goal is just to start finalizing what we want to do. Okay, the next thing I want to do is ride the metro in LA. I have actually been like jonesing to ride the metro. I used to live in the Bay. I went to school at the University of San Francisco, so that's all we did. Like, I didn't own a car until I had to come to LA. So I kind of miss riding the metro. That being said, Brian is like heavily against me riding the metro because he's scared. I mean, rightfully so, but I think if I go like during the day, on a weekday, it'll be fine and not as crazy. So that's like a very mini goal of mine, but I've been saying like, I want to ride the metro for the past couple months. So I'm gonna do it. The next big thing that actually really needs to happen sooner rather than later is I need to fix my joint expenses. I mentioned this in my financial goals video, I'm pretty sure, but we just, as a married couple, Brian and I, mostly me because I'm in charge of the finances, I haven't found the right way to make it work for us. And I think because literally everything is separate, we only have one joint checking account, it makes things very difficult. So I talked to my CPA the other day and I told him what my idea was, having all of our money go into this joint checking account and then distributing it out from there between our personal and couple financial goals, as well as just like personal spending and stuff. And I was a little worried because obviously Brian and I are both independent contractors, so I wasn't sure tax-wise how that was going to work, but he said totally okay as long as master plan stays in a separate account, that's okay. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to close Brian out of Bank of America. I'm going to take him over to my bank just so the transferring is easier. And then yes, the checking account will be where all of our money goes into. And then from there, I can distribute it into, investment accounts and high yield savings accounts. And anything extra that we have will then just be distributed to our personal checking accounts for personal spending. And then finally, the last thing that I have been wanting to do since the summer actually is to find a life coach or a therapist. In fact, it's been in my daily reminders every single day, find a life coach, find a life coach, find a life coach, find a life coach. And I just haven't. So I think with the new year, I am going to commit to it. I've gotten recommendations from my friends. I just have to reach out to these professionals and schedule kind of like a 30-minute get to know me session. My problem is that I absolutely loved the therapist that I had at the University of San Francisco, and I just haven't been able to find a therapist that I connect with since then. And it's just like a really frustrating thing. But I think now I'm in a place where I need help. I need guidance. I need life guidance. I feel like I've done a lot of transforming. I think you guys have seen it in my videos. And now I'm in a place where I'm ready to transform, but I don't know what my next story is going to be. Those are the 3-month goals. Some are more serious than others. They're going to be very easy to accomplish just once I sit down and get my shit together. Now in the 6 months, so I really liked this. This was actually saved in my phone for maybe a few years now, and I just wanted to put it on here. It's a photo and this is a tweet, and it's, I have a trust fund. It's called I Trust That Funds Are Coming to Me, Abundance Mindset, and I just love that. Okay, so something that I want to achieve next year, I want to start hosting live events. This year, I hosted my very first live budgeting workshop in LA, and I think it was really successful. It was really fun, and I think I just want to continue to do that. I'm trying to figure out ways where, I do a lot of brand deals. That's how I make my money. But how can we turn, instead of a brand deal, it being a YouTube video, how can we turn a brand deal into a live event? Because I think what's really special about me and this community is you allow me to explore all different aspects of myself. So not only are we financial on this page, but we're also skincare and beauty. I'm in a place where I can work with brands from various industries. How can I convince these brands that instead of a YouTube video, a live event will be just so much better for them? So if you have any ideas, knowing all the brands that I've worked with, let me know. Now, the next 2 things might totally be out of my control, but by the summertime, I would love to sell the house in Houston. I would love it. It continues, even though our tenants have been great, it is a money suck. We're talking about options, and ultimately, it's just not financially worth it to hold on to the house because we're not even making the mortgage with our renters currently. So with the increase in the taxes, therefore the increase in our mortgage, there's no way we would break even renting it, and it's time to get rid of it. Financially, it's time to cut ties with Houston, and I'm hoping to get that done by the summer because summertime is the hot time to buy a house, I guess. I'm not looking to make a lot of money. I just want to get my money back. And then what we're gonna do with it, I don't know, just probably invest it, because I feel like unless somehow Brian and I become multimillionaires, we are just not homeowners. We are renters, I think. I think we prefer renting. Someone asked me to do a video because I've started to become very vocally anti-home ownership. So maybe I'll do that in 2025, but it's not for us. And it does complicate things a little bit because we currently do have tenants in the house and I don't want to like throw them out on the street. So I'm going to send them an email just kind of seeing where their vibe is. Like maybe they even plan to move out of our house in a few months, who knows? So I'm going to send them an email, check on things, see what they want to do, and then maybe things will just work out. Maybe things will just work out. But once that happens, I want to redo our loft because currently it is set up to be a photo studio because we need to make that extra money in order to pay the rest of our mortgage without dipping into our current checking. So we have been renting out our loft on Peerspace for photo shoots and video shoots. It has been really successful. We get at least $1,000 in profit every single month. But once we sell the house, we won't have that obligation anymore. So I was thinking maybe we can actually turn our loft back into the homey feel with a couch and a proper living room. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we stop renting out our loft for photo shoots and video shoots, but maybe it's more towards like production because it's going to look like a proper home now. So maybe commercials and movies will want to rent it out versus businesses and content creators who just want kind of like the cool lofty vibe. But again, that can't happen until we sell the house in Houston, so we'll see. Now, for the 1 year goal that I want to achieve, this is a big one, y'all, and I would love your input on it. In December, I started a 30-day debt payoff challenge where you're not like necessarily going to pay off your debt in 30 days, but you're going to build habits and build a plan. So after 30 days moving forward, you know what you need to do to become debt free. And I feel like maybe that's a new way for me to engage on this channel. Instead of just doing like these random YouTube videos, maybe let's have videos with purpose. I was thinking maybe 6 30-day challenges in 2025. So it would be one every other month. And then these are the things that we're working on. So the very first challenge, it's already been decided. It's going to start in February and it's going to be how to financially prepare for parenthood. No, I'm not pregnant. Let's just get that out of the way right now. But I know many of you are or you want to be. So how can we financially prepare you for probably the biggest expense of your life? And I'm working with my friend Erin, who is a financial content creator and also a financial advisor and a parent because I know nothing. So we're working together to build this calendar for you. So expect that in February of 2025. But some other challenge ideas I had was a budget bootcamp, which I feel like is obvious. A savings challenge, so maybe how to save $500 in 30 days. A financial mindset reset challenge, a goal setting and habit challenge, which might probably be better for the end of the year in 2025. A homeownership prep challenge, even though I don't want to be a homeowner anymore, doesn't necessarily mean you don't. So maybe I can work with my realtor or my mortgage loan guy to build a 30-day challenge. And then another one is a small business launch. How can you prepare for the launch of a small business in 30 days? What kind of challenges would you be interested in? Between 3, 6, and 1 year, I'm really trying to figure out work-wise what I want to do, because ultimately I told my manager this, I don't want to be 40 years old, which is in a few years, still doing vlogs. I don't really want to do that. So what is my next reincarnation on YouTube, if it is even on YouTube at all? And then for long-term goals, let me show you my long-term goal for 2024 was to enter my slow girl era. There's Ina Garden in her garden, enjoying life, being rich, being fabulous. In 2025, we're kind of going to do the opposite. One of Brian's best friends, Pat, has this saying where it's called think long, think wrong. And I put that here coming out of Luke because I realized in 2024 that I do have issues when it comes to making certain types of decisions, mostly when it comes to spending money. I really noticed it in myself when I was, shopping for Black Friday, because I mentioned in a previous video that I wanted to, get workout stuff for Black Friday. And even just the idea of purchasing workout clothes was very, very difficult to me because I didn't want to make the wrong decision. For workout clothes, I was like second guessing the color. I was second guessing the fabric. I was second guessing everything. Like, would it look good on me? And I was like, wow, when did I become this person? Like, I have no issues spending it on investments. I have no issues throwing money into my savings goals. But when it comes to stuff like that, like workout clothes, I can't make a decision. Like, what is wrong with me? So we're gonna work on that. That is it for my 2025 life goals. I don't know. I feel like out of all the goals that I've set for myself over the past few years, that these are highly achievable. I feel like these are very easy things for me to accomplish, which makes a good goal. You want to set yourself realistic goals. So that's it. Let me know in the comments some of the goals you want to achieve in 2025. They can be personal, financial, work-related, fitness related, whatever you want to achieve, let me know in the comments. Anyways, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, maybe the last video of 2024, who knows? Okay, bye.